Welcome, everybody, to Casting for Two, the podcast with your host, Chris. I am that guy who I just spoke of. Welcome, everybody, to episode number 174. I'm happy to share with you today's episode because it's a real good one, and I had a lot of fun chatting with these guys. Before I get into that, if you would like to follow me on Instagram or Twitter, you can do that both at Casting for Two, or send me an email at castingfor2@gmail.com. I like to hear feedback or comments from you guys, so please feel free to just let me know how I'm doing. I have a lot of fun doing this show, and I hope you guys have a lot of fun listening to it. I should also say I can't talk enough about my other podcast, Sunday Brunch, with the always lovely Megan Johnson from tipsywriter.com. We have a great time doing that show, and it airs every Sunday at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, yeah, and that's over at secretstageproductions.com. So everyone go listen to that, too, if you'd like. But I guess I should get into my guests for today. My guests are Cody and Josey from the band Ansible, and they have a wonderful sound. It's very 80s-esque, 80s inspired, and it's a great listen for sure. They have an EP coming out soon, and I would recommend actually checking that out because it's very unique and it's good music. I love when I listen to music and I'm just blown away by it, and this was certainly one of those albums that I was just like, yes, please, I need more. So I was happy to talk to the guys and get them on the show. But enough of me talking. Let's get into it. All right. So sit back, relax, and Chris, cue the music, please.
Situated. Sorry, I've been having a lot of problems today, guys.
It's all good. Do you want to talk about it?
All I want to do. Started this band all as an excuse to talk about my feelings on a podcast.
I knew it. That's the whole reason why I started a podcast, to listen to people's feelings and give free advice.
Well, so I've been trying to figure out how to get Skype to work, and I've been having problems with my phone, a lot of problems with my phone, a lot of problems with my laptop, and the only thing that would work is this old iPad, and so now I'm using Skype on this iPad, and all these products, they're apples, but lately they've been more like lemons.
Gotcha.
Oh, zing!
Take that, you Apple company.
Ghost
that,
of Steve Jobs.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say, take that, Steve Jobs.
From beyond the grave.
Yep. Ever since he died, it's just my phone hasn't been working as well. So
is your phone in mourning? Is that why still?
It's a 5C. I don't know if he had anything to do with the phone.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, no, I don't think Steve Jobs would have had any input in that one. Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's a terrible little phone. It's green. They're all like Easter colors.
Gotcha. Now, what is your favorite holiday? I'm curious.
Thanksgiving is my birthday, so.
Oh, okay.
So Christmas.
Gotcha.
Thanksgiving is your birthday every year, so the date changes every year.
Yeah, it makes it easier. When's your birthday? It's on Thanksgiving. Who cares?
Yeah.
We celebrate it. Who cares? Mayflower, whatever.
It's so hard. Like, well, I don't know. Sometimes it's hard to remember people's birth dates, but it like just Thanksgiving's easy enough to remember. So I just I don't know what I'm saying,
No,
guys.
no, it makes sense. My birthday is on 9/11. Try to forget that.
I've been
Oh.
for a while.
Yeah.
No, it's actually I was instructed by a sticker on a school bus to never forget your birthday.
Exactly. No one can ever
Yeah.
forget my birthday.
Oh wow.
People tell me.
And also, I was also reminded that by an eagle with a tear.
Yes. Yeah. That. Yeah.
Ooh,
Very important.
everyone celebrates differently.
Yeah. Yeah. I celebrate my birthday by not celebrating it. That's happy birthday, Chris.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Happy birthday. Yeah. And it wasn't when I remember when the unfortunate events happened.
Sure.
It was a big deal, and I was ashamed of it. And then over time, I got okay and comfortable with my birthday. And then out of nowhere, a couple years ago, it got bad again. And now I'm just, God, why? My birthday is September 10th.
Oh, well,
It's on the
can you
10th.
get that changed? You can't get that changed, can you?
No, it's like
Just,
why can I get my name changed but not my birthday?
imagine being able to request going in and getting your birthday changed.
Right.
Oh.
For all the people who have had, horrible experiences with their birthday, like people, Pearl Harbor, people born on Pearl Harbor, I think they want to change their birth dates.
Sure.
That's all I'm saying.
Depending on how old they are.
That's
like-
true.
Well, I'm wondering, are we saying maybe the date, or are we saying also maybe the year as well?
No,
Oh,
no,
wow.
no. You
Okay.
got to just change the date.
Because I was going to say that I think there are a lot of people in Hollywood that would be all for this, probably.
Gotcha. See, well, if that's the case, then I want to be born in the 50s.
Oh, you and me both.
Yeah, just
Oh, wow.
just so that when people see me, they'd say, "Oh, you look good for your age." I'm like, thank
Yeah.
you. Why, thank you.
I want to say that I was born 10,000 years ago so that I can disprove the existence of Jesus.
Okay,
Oh
yeah.
my.
Oh, wow.
Or you can do one step and say you're born in the future, so you technically don't exist.
Ooh, good.
Therefore, no taxes.
Oh.
I live in a world where murder is legal.
Oh no. No.
Sure. I
No,
guess.
I'm not. No. You've already derailed.
Yeah,
Failed. I'm sorry, guys.
that's all good. Hey, how are you guys doing?
I'm doing very well. How about yourself, Josie?
Starting over because we just did so bad.
Yeah.
I'm good.
So as you guys, if you guys haven't noticed, this is Casting for Two,
Yes.
where we talk all about birthdays and how to change them. No, so one thing, I'm glad I got you guys on the call because I listened to the music and I enjoyed it. But the one thing I like to know when I talk to musicians is when they knew they had a knack for it. So in your guys' case, when did you know some music was something you wanted to pursue?
Oh,
I'm going to
wow.
let Cody go first because he was born first.
Okay.
Actually,
Yeah,
let me get it changed. Hold on real quick. All right, now I'm going to go first because I
Okay.
got birthday changed.
Nice.
It was a joke tying back to that other joke.
all
But
right.
no, I really am going to let Cody go first.
Okay. Wow. That's a really good question because I think, not to get really philosophical about it or anything, but it's one of those things where I did it for a long time, and I think, I've been doing this probably since I was 16,
Mhm.
and I think the moment where I really probably accepted, hey, this is a thing I can do, and I'm gonna do it, was probably the first time that one of my parents said to me, I think you could actually do this. That sort of thing. Like you're like, oh, I'm pretty good at this, but it finally takes that validation. So it was not at 16. I'll put it that way.
Was this last week?
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
Well, I'm actually still seeking it. I'm still
Yeah.
looking for validation.
Well, when did you start playing an instrument?
Oh man, I think I started playing probably when I was 12. I got a guitar, and but in terms of actually, having any clue, uh, other than just playing somebody else's songs, probably nothing until, like I said, probably when I was 16.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What about you, Josie?
I think I started about. Well, so my dad is a very talented classical guitar and electric guitar player, or lead guitar player, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
And so we've always had instruments around the house. And my dad, on multiple occasions, tried to teach me and my brother how to play guitar. And my brother stuck with it, extremely talented guitarist. And I learned how to play Smoke on the Water first day, and then I never stopped playing it. And so I didn't learn, and then I put the guitar down. I got tired of Smoke on the Water, and then that was maybe probably 10 years old or something. And if I'd stuck with it, I'd be very good now. But I picked it back up when I was about 16 for and just wanted to learn a song, and I learned that song, and then I learned another song, and I just kind of taught myself how to play the instrument, and to this day, I'm not really too good at guitar. I'm more of a songwriter, so I started doing that because it was easier to play stuff that you wrote yourself, because you could use 3 chords if you wanted to. So I started doing that, and then, um, and here we are now. I really like writing.
And so when do you guys meet up?
Man, whenever we can. Originally,
when did we? I think he means like the first time. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, how did you guys find each other?
okay. Let's see. I moved to Houston. I was doing music in Houston off and on for a few years from like 2008, 2012, and I finally moved there.
By the way,
What's that?
I was gonna say farmers only. By the way,
Oh, no.
I wish.
No. 2012 moved there, and it was funny. We had a mutual acquaintance who introduced us, and I was actually going to start playing for Josey. Josey had like a band of his own, and from there it just became a thing where we just became really good friends. And yeah, Ansible didn't become a thing, probably until 3 years ago at most. Yeah.
And
We were working
go on.
so I do kind of on my own, more like singer-songwriter, indie kind of folk stuff, and me and Cody came in to engineer on the project because we had already been good friends and he was already playing all the music, so he started recording it for me. And during that time he showed me some of this stuff that he was working on, this kind of 80s sounding music, and it was all instrumental. And I asked him, like, what are you going to do with it? And he's like, oh, I'm not sure. And I get him to send me the song. I'm just like, oh, I just want to listen to it. And then I hit him back with like vocals and stuff for it. So I kind of just stuck.
You just wormed your way in, like you wormed your way into my heart.
I just a lot. And then
against my will.
Against his will. Yeah. And then we just started working on stuff for this is like 3 years ago, and then now we're finally finished with enough stuff to kind of do something with.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you guys have an EP coming out next year, right?
Yeah, I think sometime in January.
Okay.
7 songs, yeah.
All right. And so when you're finally, you guys are coming together, you're going to write the EP. What was the writing process like? Where, one of you, I know it sounds like you guys know each other very well, but was there any kind of hesitation in the writer's room to bring something up?
I don't know. I feel like this thing came together in such a very strange way because, as Josey mentioned, I had written a lot of just instrumental music, and so he would add vocals, and then later he would come to me with a song, and I would kind of look at that through my own lens and create something for it. And then we would co-write stuff like the more traditional way, where we would both come in and just do something from scratch. But as far as hesitations or anything, I don't really think so. The only real hesitation was at any given point, it was like, I don't know, we wanted to be really authentic about this in terms of, I think there are a lot of things that harken back to the 80s or any era of music, but for some reason it was very much like, no, I really want this to be an 80s project. I want to present songs that very much could have been written then. So in a lot of ways, no, I don't feel any I don't think there were any hesitations. Maybe Josey thought there were. I don't know.
Nope.
Well, let me ask you this. So you guys are writing the EP. Yeah, I always like to know if there is a song on the EP that took a bit more time to figure out, whether it was the lyrics or the music side.
I don't think
100%.
I do feel that way about one in particular, but I don't want anyone to know that it's my least favorite song.
You realize now they know.
Yeah.
Like if we talk about it, you could have just gone with it.
About it, they can figure it out for themselves. But I think that the song that really sealed the deal that like we were going to do this was there's a track on. It'll be the next single that's out actually this next month, and it's called "Rest of Our Lives."
Mm-hmm.
The first song that actually like it came together so well, and in my opinion is one of the most authentic sounding songs. It sounds like it could have been something that just was unreleased in the 80s, and that was the goal for a lot of this stuff.
Yeah.
To not push the envelope and do this song that sounds like, leg warmers and, like lightning strikes something and then
right. Olivia Newton-John in Just Dancing in Xanadu.
Oh,
like
yes, yes.
We tried to do that. But yeah, so that's Rest of Our Lives is like, I don't know if I'm even answering a question at this point, but I think that song was really cool. That it actually is the opposite of what you asked. It came together really fast and really cohesively. And then everything else, if it took a while to do, it probably kind of, I don't like it when it takes that long. It feels a little unnatural.
Sure.
I like the quicker songs that feel like you're just like, I don't know. It was already there, and you are just shining light on it or uncovering it, and it's not like you're forcing lyrics on this song. Because we had a ton of stuff that didn't make it, and it was because it was taking a little bit too much work, and we just weren't in the same, I don't know, on the same page with the track. So we just abandoned those songs.
Yeah, it was really funny. That's almost like it was an unsaid rule where if this song took too long, with the exception of this one unnamed song on the record, we just kind of like, we didn't scrap it. We just shelved it. Like he was saying, we've got, oh gosh, probably 10 songs that we just decided, you know what, that's taking a little too long.
Nice.
I like the idea that we've been pitching this as a 7-song EP, and then we do this podcast, and I talk about how much I hate this one song, and then it comes down to it, and we release this 6-song EP. We'll follow the breadcrumbs and like, oh, I guess that's kind of where that happened.
Yeah.
Nah, so you know what? Let's just say, all the songs are 10 except one that's a 9. How's that sound?
Yeah, there you go. I like that rating system.
Perfect.
There we go. And so let me ask, because the music is very unique, and I love how.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. I love how. So I was born in the late 80s. Okay, so
Yeah.
I didn't fully embrace the 80s. I feel like I was a 90s kid. But what was it about the 80s that made you want to be inspired to do this style of music?
Oh, this is so funny. I don't know when you were born. I was born in 87. So
yeah, me too. Yeah.
Okay, so so you're exactly the same as me, and
Exactly.
I would say
we are the same person. And then this is the part.
Cody too.
This is the part when I rip off my mask and we're the same person.
Yeah. Have you ever heard them speak at the same time?
So it's not even really.
But no,
personally, on your own end, you take off that mask, and we don't know. You have to tell us.
Right.
Yeah. But no, so I was born in 87, and so I'm from a really small town. And So, and unfortunately I'm in rural Tennessee. So the things that were really on the radio in, say, 91 or 92, when I'm really becoming lucid, are very much the songs that were out in 87.
Mm-hmm.
So I heard all those 80 songs and I hated them. I'm like you. I was a 90s kid. And when I moved to Houston, there was something really strange, almost like in a, I don't know, like a security blanket thing. I guess because I didn't really know many people, I was listening to a lot of those tunes and thinking about what it was like to be a kid growing up here. And there was something about it where I just thought, hey, I really appreciate this now. I didn't get it when I was a kid. And I thought back, like, I remember really, really vividly, like hearing Phil Collins on the radio as a kid. And I think for some reason that memory was just, it got me just right in the feels the right way. And so I really wanted to do that style of music. That's yeah, that's the only way I can explain it, I suppose.
Right on. But no,
it's kind of weird. Do I answer the question too?
yes, you can answer.
Yes. So I'm born in '92, so I was never even I wasn't born in that era. Cody, whenever I heard the songs, I don't know. I've just always been a big fan of 80s music, just like anybody is. Anybody can feel nostalgic about it, even if it wasn't out. Like, I looked it up recently. The movie Toy Story came out in '93, so I was like 1 year old when that came out. But I remember growing up watching that. So there's a lot of things like that that are just like present. But I like the idea that I didn't have to do this. I could just use. I have a very low voice, and I feel like a lot of the music from the '80s, a lot of these low voices were really, I don't know, like the Smiths or the Cure. They have like these lower voices, and I really was a big fan of that, and I wanted to be a part of it because of that. I could just use my low voice.
And that is a good point. I remember when I was writing this music, I knew for a fact there was no way I could ever sing over it. I don't know how I'm sounding right now, but in my own mind, I sound like a 12-year-old. So I started thinking about like Tears for Fears and stuff like that. And I thought about guys who have these rich baritone voices, and I thought it's never going to cut it. So when Josey came across, it was like, okay, yeah, sure. Absolutely.
Nice. You, Josey, just talking about Toy Story. I'm having Vietnam flashbacks to watching that in the theater.
Vietnam?
Yeah, Vietnam. Yes, because now I'm getting older. Cody, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, I do. I saw it in the theater. I'm there with you.
Yeah, technically, Cody, we're millennials technically.
Oh man, yeah, it's wild.
We are at the beginning of millennialism.
Yeah. Oh boy, don't make me think about that. I came here for good things, not bad things.
Look, we know what Street Sharks is, and nobody else does.
All
right.
Oh my gosh, you're pulling out so many things right now.
Yeah, 90s.
Yeah.
But I gotta ask you, how did you guys come up with the name, and were there really bad alternatives?
Oh my goodness.
There's never an alternative, I don't think. Was there an alternative?
100%. Yeah. There are two I can think of, and they're not good.
I don't even remember.
Yeah. Thank God you don't. No. No, it's funny. We both were like, what are we going to name this? And we talked about it a lot. And we even agreed at one point to maybe text some ideas back and forth. And I'm pretty sure I might have been the only one that put any forth.
I didn't.
Yeah, I don't think you did. But no, at the time I just finished reading, and I can't believe I never read this as a kid, Ender's Game.
Oh, yeah.
Did you read that? Yeah. And the way it's just really briefly mentioned, but within that universe, the way that people from Earth could contact people, across the galaxy was this. They called it the philotic Ansible, and for some reason that stuck out to me. It's a weird word. If you look it up, it's exclusively used in science fiction, and for some reason I really liked that. For one reason, because just the way the word sounded, but also because Josey and I talked about this, the way it essentially allows you to communicate through time and space, and we kind of thought, we're making this 80s record. We've kind of fashioned it in a way where we said these were all like unreleased tracks off of somebody's album, and we, for some reason they're being communicated now almost like on some lost wavelength. So that was the thing about Ansible. But I do remember the one bad name that's coming to mind is also science fiction related, and it was Star Trek related. It was what do they call it? Subspace Radio. And that just
yes.
Oh,
Remember that? You must have not pitched that one to me.
probably for a good reason, because I think I immediately went, nope, no way.
I do remember, though, when we were talking about names, watching like the original Star Trek series and just like being on the IMDb pages and just like for anything, and I was so happy that he mentioned Ansible, just something completely separate, because everything else was just so forced, and it was we had made so much music. We're like, okay, we've done all this really cool stuff, and now we like on the back end are gonna just decide what to call everything.
Yeah.
It's just really like not fun.
Honestly, it's funny. I think that might have been the worst experience of everything, was coming up with a name.
And names end up being so weird. Like there's this band I was introduced to recently called Haircut 100. It's a really cool band. They're really cool, but that name, it's just like, where do you come up with something like that?
No, man.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, since you guys were watching, old Star Trek episodes, you could have called yourselves Shatner and Nimoy. I mean, that's kind of radical.
I would have.
I like the
all
idea
for that.
of this kind of like Simon and Garfunkel type, but they sing about science fiction stuff, and and Shatner and Nimoy both have their own music ventures.
They do.
Yeah.
Maybe you emulate their voices and you create this like duo, this like songwriting duo called Shatner and Nimoy, and they've both got such an iconic, not in a good way, music, and you're mashing them up and you're creating something new.
Are you suggesting that the song Leonard Nimoy did for the original, was it The Hobbit or the Lord of the Rings?
It was The Hobbit, yeah.
Yeah, are you suggesting that's not a great tune?
From the VHS ones or the old ones? Cartoon ones? Oh, well. I don't remember what song that was.
I feel like now you guys have to cover it.
I'm suggesting that we abandon this project and start a new one.
Okay, all right.
With Chris.
Can I play the Electric Triangle?
I don't know. Can you?
Yes. Of course I can.
Then you're in.
All right. There we go. Look,
this is beautiful.
If you don't want a band to go anywhere, I'm your guy.
Oh.
So just let you know.
I'm so glad we're on this podcast now.
I said band, all right?
Yeah. Oh, man. I will say, speaking of that, the fact that Josey and I both have our own music and we're talking about this, I think we're in good company, because I don't think we've done anything either.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah. Well, look for the new Shatner and Nimoy featuring Chris on Electric Triangle.
Yes.
I can't wait to see the cover art. Actually, you know what? It draws itself, really.
It really does.
I can already see it.
I hope people start sending you fan art for this.
Oh, that would be great, but probably not. So, for the people at home who'd like to keep up with what you guys do, where can they do that?
Facebook and Instagram right now, we're trying to update even with pictures and things that don't even relate to the album, because I get bored. So they should just follow us on those.
Nice. Well, Cody, Josey, I feel like I should let you go and write some more awesome 80s music.
Oh, man. Thank you so much. I can't wait to start.
Can't wait to start. Thank you, Chris.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you, guys, and you have a wonderful night, all right?
Hey, you too. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.